Hey, this is Steve Reed. I wanted to reach out to you for a moment, and whether we've known each other for just a few weeks or months, or we've known each other for many years, but I wanted to share a message of hope and encouragement during these really challenging times. We're all in this together, and I wanted to share some ideas that I believe are designed to help you become stronger. Several years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting and becoming friends with Tom Ziglar. And Tom actually wrote the foreword to my book, My Half Brother. As most of you know, I am a licensed Ziglar Choose to Win coach. And we believe more than ever that our attitude and the way we think are critical in how we're going to survive these coming times. So I've asked Tom to come and share some things. Of course, Tom is the CEO of the Zig Ziglar Corporation, but I've asked Tom if he would share some basic concepts that I believe are going to help all of us become better. Tom, welcome.
Hey, Steve, thanks for having me, and thanks for taking this message out to your community. It is a crazy time that we're in right now, and gosh, we don't know what tomorrow or next week or next month, who knows what's going on. But I do know this. I do know who's in control, and I do know that we have a choice every single day to choose our mindset. And I call it the stronger mindset. And so what I want to do is I want to share a few thoughts with everybody who is watching this. And we're going to go through this. And Steve, I know we were just talking, you first heard Dad back in 1981. And I was thinking about, if Zig Ziglar were here today, what would he tell us? And I started just kind of thinking of all the quotes that he has and everything. And I found this quote that for me just really hits home. And I think it's the message for today. If you want to have a stronger mindset, here is what I believe Zig Ziglar would say is the foundational quote. Expect the best, prepare for the worst, and maximize what comes. Now let's talk about this for a second. Okay, so we're going through this situation, right? The virus thing's going on and people are concerned. The markets are up and down. We don't know when we're going back to work. How can you expect the best? Well, it's a choice. And what do we mean by expecting the best? It means that this is going to end. It means that you're going to share a smile and some hope and some encouragement to those you love, your family, the people you talk to on social media. I bet you're getting more phone calls and texts than you have in a long time. I mean, you talk to somebody at work or on your team or in your business as you're handling what's coming on, just pass on the idea that, hey, we're going to get through this. We're all in this together. Now, one of the cool things about this is scientifically and medically proven to be effective. What do I mean by that? Well, we know that the right attitude, the right outlook, the right approach actually lifts our spirits. And when our spirits are lifted, what happens is our immune system is given a boost. And I can tell you this right now, we need a boosted immune system now more than ever. And when you lift somebody else's spirits, think about this, you're also giving their immune system a boost. You see, the reality is a lot of us, we're going to have the inconvenience of going through this virus. But for some people, it could be a medical emergency. And if we can lift their spirits, if we can boost their immunity, if we can help them during that time, what an amazing thing. So we've got to expect the best. We've got to plan, prepare. We got to go out and act. We got to input the right things into our mind and know that we're going to get through this. And our role is to help others do the same thing. But wait a second. The second line there is prepare for the worst. What does that mean? Well, here's the reality. Gosh, we got to wash our hands like 20 times a day, 20 seconds at a time. I mean, we need to get busy washing our hands. And then we need to maintain our physical distance. We need to look to the future and ask ourselves, hey, what can we do to prepare in case this goes a little bit longer than what we hope? All of these things give us margin. They give us an added sense of security. They allow us to be a positive influence and impact and not a negative one on those around us. You see, when we prepare for the worst, that means that we have extra. In a time like this, the people around us, they may need our help. they might need a handout or a hand up or whatever. And so when we have that margin, we're able to do that. And then finally, the third line, maximize what comes. If you haven't already, I bet you will. You'll probably get a late night phone call or a text. Hey, I'm kind of low. Can you help me out? Boy, we've got to serve and support those that are around us, those we love, those we care about. And when we do that, we got to maximize it. We got to do a little bit extra. And then when it comes to work and your job role and how you serve the market, there's going to be people coming to you and their problems are piling up. They're going to need your help to solve those problems. You got to go after it 100%. You got to help them in that process. And then when you maximize what comes, you give them a little bit extra. You go the extra mile. You do just a little bit more than is expected. You see, Dad, Zig Ziglar said this: success is the maximum utilization of the abilities that God gave you. Think about that. The more we use our talents, our gifts, our resources, our abilities, the more we please God, the more successful we are. So we got to maximize what comes. And the reason this is so important is because it goes even deeper than this. I believe that it extends into legacy. You see, legacy is intentionally preparing those you love to grow through life's most difficult challenges. You see, your family's counting on you. Those you love are counting on you. They want you to stand firm, and I believe you will. You'll stand firm in the furnace that's going on right now. And if we can teach those we love to grow through, meaning that this is not something that we whine and complain about and we have to endure with a sour and sad face. It's something that we look in the eyes and we say, you know what, this is going to make me stronger. And why are we doing that? Because when those we love see us doing that, it lifts their spirits and it teaches them to do the same thing. One of the things that our nation is known for is what we call the greatest generation. Tom Brokaw was the one who coined that phrase. And he talked about the men and women who fought World War II as the greatest generation. I mean, after all, they went to war unprepared, unskilled. We didn't have the resources. We didn't have the equipment. We were outgunned and outexperienced, and yet we won that war. And then this greatest generation came back home and was responsible for the greatest economic boom in the history of civilization. But then my friend Andy Andrews said this. He's an author and a speaker. He said, you know what? That wasn't the greatest generation. The greatest generation were their parents. You see, the men and women who fought World War II, they were raised up during the Great Depression by men and women, parents, who realized that they had to work from sun up to sundown just to make ends meet. All they had was each other. And when that greatest generation went off to war, those principles and values went with them. You see, they didn't know what was going to happen, but they knew they had each other and they knew they were going to see it through. They would stand tall in the furnace, just like you are right now. And so I think right now, when you listen to this, when you think about these words, we have an opportunity to do something unbelievable. And that is to raise the greatest generation that our country and our world has ever seen. Because when they see us, those who are leading, stand tall in the furnace and choose the stronger mindset to understand that there is hope in the future and to understand that all these things that come against us that are meant to harm us actually make us stronger, that's when we make the biggest difference. And as we look at this, I want to share a thought with you. The stronger mindset idea, a lot of it was inspired by the book Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb. And so let me describe what that means. Anti-fragile is a new word. And so the best way to define it is to show you what it's not. The opposite of anti-fragile is fragile. What is fragile? Fragile is weak, easily broken. It's like a piece of china or glass that smashes into 1,000 pieces. We don't want to be weak. We don't want to be fragile. We want to be sturdy and strong and durable. And so when you ask somebody, well, what's the opposite of fragile? That's what they'll tell you. Resilient, robust, strong, durable. And those are fantastic things to be. Gritty. These are things that we all want. But you know what? At Ziglar, one of the things that we teach and one of the things that we believe is strong is okay, but stronger is better. What's the difference? Anti-fragile, Stronger means that when we are under assault, when we have stress and shocks and noise and mistakes and faults and attacks and failures, when all these things happen to us, we get stronger because of it. Realize this, that these things that are meant to harm us are actually going to make us stronger. When we look at the way God created us, when we look at our very own body, if we want to build muscle, we've got to lift weights, tear down the muscle fibers so they come back stronger. If we need our bones to grow stronger, many women in facing menopause, their bones, in order to avoid osteoporosis, the doctor says, hey, you need to go and lift weights. You need to put tension and stress and pressure on your bones so they become stronger. So now we know scientifically, medically, biologically that we were created for such a time as this. But you know what? We can go even deeper. We can go to the spiritual realm. I was thinking about all these principles, and I realized that my father, Zig Ziglar's life verse was Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. I mean, what a message of hope. We know that no matter what's going on out there, the things we don't have control of, it's going to come together for my good. And then, Steve, this is kind of crazy, but when I was 12 years old, I chose James 1, 2, and 3 as my life verse. Now, the reason it's crazy is because I'd never had a trial in my life. In fact, when I was 12 years old, my idea of a trial was going to Luby's cafeteria. I had to decide what dessert I was going to eat. Look at this verse. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing the testing of your faith produces endurance. In other words, Romans 8:28, I've got hope that everything's coming together for good. James 1, 2, and 3, and the things that are coming against me are going to make me stronger. That is the perfect combination of the stronger mindset. Another version of James 1, 2, and 3 is in the Message, and it says this, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides, I don't know about you, but right now, it's coming at me from all sides. My personal life, my family life, my business life, I mean, we're getting it from every direction. And yet, it says here, when we're under pressure, our faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. I read something this week that a small candle in the darkest room will light it up. This is the time where we bring the light, where you and I, yes, I'm talking to you watching this video, we bring the light. We're going to stand tall in this furnace. And you know what's even more awesome than this is in John 16:33, we're given a promise. We're going to have trouble. It's not an if we have trouble, it's you're going to have trouble. The time of trouble is here. But why do we have the stronger mindset? Look at the end of that. Take heart. I've overcome the world. We've already won. So what's going to happen now? I believe this. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are adopting and adapting to this world we're in, and you are fortifying the stronger mindset because you know without a shadow of a doubt that all the things you're going through right now are forging you into the person that's going to fulfill your purpose. Every day you're going to have opportunities to reach out and help others. And Steve, you know, I'm so glad that you're part of the Ziglar family and part of the Choose to Win coaching team. And I know there's people who are watching this right now, and a lot of you feel that way. Some of you are like, wow, this is a turning point time in my life where I know I can be more, do more, have more. I know I can go to that next level. I'm just not sure how to get there. And Steve, that's what you do as a Choose to Win coach, is you help people identify that. And others of you, you're kind of, you know, you're still reeling. I mean, let's face it, with all the numbers and things that are coming out, it's tough. And you're thinking, okay, well, what can I do today that's going to create the best opportunity for me in the future? And Steve, that's what you do as a Choose to Win coach, is you help people plan that course of action as well. So thanks for having me on, Steve. How is it that, you know, because here's the reality, you're going to send this video out and to your friends and network, and they're going to pass it on, and they're going to pass it on. Somebody's watching this video right now, and they have no idea how to get a hold of Steve. How do they reach you?
First of all, Tom, thank you so much for your insights. This is loaded with wisdom tips, and I greatly appreciate it. For those of you that are watching, I really do want to be available for you. You can reach me. Most of you have my number, but just in case, it's 972-896-8956. Here it is again. It's 972-896-8956. Or you can send me an email. It's info@Stephen Reed Ministries, and that's STEPHENREED Ministries.com. And know this, I would love to be able to set up a time that we can visit for a few minutes, and I may be able to come together with you and bring some good strategic answers and some ideas that could help propel you to the next level, whatever that level is. And in the process, help make you stronger as we go through all of these challenges that are facing us. Just let me know how I can help you.
Steve, thank you so much. It's been an honor and a blessing, and I look forward to doing more and to become stronger with you, brother. Take care.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tom.